All right, today on Wade's World, we're going to be talking about Ebola, or here at the shop, what we call the Ebola. So what we're going to do today is we're actually going to give you a few tips to keep you from getting the Ebola. Brought up JT Cleaver. JT's not only one of our salesmen, but he's also our leading residential medical expert, is what we're going to call him. He's an expert on the Ebola where I'm not, so he's going to try to kind of help me get through this and talking to you guys about keeping y'all from getting the Ebola. So eased over to the CDC's website today, and you know, before we get started here, I know this Ebola thing is a pretty nasty deal. Trust me, I'm not making light of it at all, but I do want to make sure that we do our part in customer service to help you, our customers, from getting the Ebola. So that's what we're going to do. So I eased over to the CDC's website, cdc.gov. They got some pretty good tips on keeping you from getting the Ebola. We're going to pass those along to you. I don't know if you guys have been on the CDC's website, but this is a pretty good time to check it out since we've got this crap going on. So I'll start out with the big one. They didn't put this on the CDC's websites, but don't go to West Africa right now. I mean, you may have the urge right now to go to Sierra Leone. Don't do that. Don't get on a plane and go to West Africa. There's nothing West Africa that you need right now. Just chill out. Let this run its course, and then we'll figure it out. Okay, Dallas, you can pretty much go to Dallas. I think they got most of that quarantine, don't they, JT?
Yeah,
I think we're okay.
Dallas is good to go there.
Yeah, Dallas is good to go. So, took some tips that CDC's got on their website to keep you from getting the Ebola. First off, you need to wash your hands. That's always a good thing. You want to avoid contact with blood or body fluids of any person, particularly someone who is sick. That's a good tip. Don't handle items that may have come in contact with an infected person's blood or body fluids. That's a good tip for everyday life. Don't handle blood unless it's your blood, and then stop the bleeding. Then you don't want to touch the body of someone who has died from Ebola. So if you're laying around your house and somebody's died from the Ebola, don't touch them. That's a good tip too. You don't want to touch bats or non-human primates or their blood and fluids, and do not touch or eat raw meat prepared from these animals. So if you go to the Sierra Leone, the Liberia, or the Guinea, don't eat the monkey. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, it kind of sounds like you're just cutting out Halloween in general here for everybody. You know,
yeah.
Don't eat vampires, kids. You know,
yeah, the CDC's
blood. You know, it's just not going to be a good thing.
The CDC's telling us that we can't eat the bats anymore, which I'm okay with that. You're just going to have to cut down your monkey eating in Sierra Leone. So you also want to avoid the hospitals in the West Africa where the Ebola patients are at. So if you wind up going to West Africa and something happens, don't go to a hospital. Don't go to West Africa. And then seek seek medical care immediately if you develop a fever and any other type of symptoms, including or not limited to headache, muscle pain, diarrhea, vomiting, stomach pain, or unexplained bruising or bleeding. That's all symptoms that you got the Ebola. And then you want to limit your contact with other people until and when you go to the doctor. Do not travel anywhere besides a health care facility. So if you come down with the Ebola, go somewhere and get it fixed, and don't go anyplace else. I think these are the tips that are going to keep you alive. Again, the biggest one is don't go to West Africa, because they are the level 3 Ebolas. The Guinea, the Liberia, and the Sierra Leone. Coming up on the level 2 Ebola alerts, we got the Democratic Republic of the Congo, and you guys in Nigeria, you have been downgraded to a level 1 Ebola alert. So you all are on the mend, looking good. Dallas is coming back on the upswing. You know, don't freak out on an airplane if somebody gets on and got a Dallas Cowboys shirt on. They're okay, probably going to be okay.
Yeah, I think they'll be okay right now.
Everything's good. Don't eat no monkeys from Africa or bats. Good.
Vampires, you know, we're going to have to watch out for them right now.
That's right. That's exactly right. Yeah. Don't let nobody take your Halloween away from you. Don't let it. You do your thing. You do whatever you think that you need to do this Halloween. So, Wade's World, me and JT, we're out.